Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. It's a beautiful day to be glad in it. Lord has made it possible this morning for us to be here. It's a very special day. It's a Wednesday. Those ones that have been joining us for a long time know that Wednesday is the marketplace where we promote everything and anything that a member of our team is doing. And because this is a special day, today I have come to just share with you that we've been on this platform for 5 years and still counting. Mondays, we've got, we do financial and career with the people that have got expertise in that area and with people that really know what is going on in the world. And I know one of these days, Reb Water is going to come on that scene and just socialize ourselves with things that are happening around us. We've been having Ruth Mugala teach us about a lot of things that have come to learn in this, around financial and career. And believe me, it's been such a good an opportunity for us to learn. And this is why everyone who wants to do something, you just need to connect and we'll be able to share, with you the other things that probably you heard, but you haven't paid attention to it so that you can start doing what you want. And Tuesdays have been mindset change, promotion of mindset change process, which we run at SBM Training and Consulting Institute. On Wednesdays, it's a marketplace. We have mompreneurs coming there. We have, young people, and they decide. Like last week, we had Kunda with, and 20 hours because he wanted a certain clientele to log in. And on Thursdays, we've got Dr. Nelly who comes with bedroom to boardroom and anything about, marriage and about how we can be assertive in anything that we want to, to do. And this is why, and on Fridays, we have topics like last Friday. Again, we had Sandra take us in one of these sessions that just to teach, just to learn, just to put out the message out there that anything that you want to happen, you just have to be intentional about it. Today is a very special day, and I'm here with these 30 minutes just sharing why I have stood as an independent candidate for Member of Parliament for Chilanga South. And I just want to say, today I am speaking from my heart. Many people have been very, very happy that I have taken this bold step because it's not easy to to just come out. I've been out there. I've been an entrepreneur for the last 45 years. I've worked for like 10 years under Andrew Sadanis and the Chibote Group. I have the experience. I have gone to school. I have reached the levels, where I don't need to study, but continuously learn new things that are coming. And so, and because of this same belief, actually, when I was doing my MBA, I was very, very much interested in mindset change or in leadership, human resource. So I took extra attention, going for extra classes, studying why things don't change and just how people react to situations. And I found out that really there's a lot that we can do to be able to do what it is that we want. What is it that we really want? And because it was an MBA, we really didn't have the research topic on mindset change or on change, on leadership, on change management. But change management was my best subject. And I really did research a lot. And I asked a lot of questions from my, superiors. So as years went by, 10 years down the line, I enrolled in the Doctor of Business Administration with the Banner University of Malaysia. And it was such an eye-opener for me, and everything just changed. The perception of the way I looked at things was just so different. And that time in 2015, that's when even we had challenges. The exchange rate just came from 6 for a long, long time. It shot to 15, and staying in that place in Manda Hill, in the shopping malls, we were the first mover advantage who went to Manda Hill in 1991. So all these things opened my space. And when the rate actually changed from 6 to 15, it was impossible to actually pay rentals in US dollars. Rentals in US dollars. So the last rent that we paid in August 2015 was 165,962 kwacha for 1 month of August. I still remember it vividly. August, we paid that amount. So I was thinking, so I came home as a CEO, and I spoke with my family, and I said, you guys, I don't think we can do any meaningful business with this kind of rentals. I mean, what are we going to be selling for us to afford to be paying every month 165,000? It's just impossible. So we made a decision. That's where I believed in change, that, when things are not working, do something about it. Don't just sit and complain. So we made a decision to leave Manda. It was a very hard decision. It involved prestige. It involved, a big place where everybody comes to shop. And so, but I had to make that decision. And you have to start making decisions when things are not working. Because no matter what you do, you just go deeper and deeper into debt, which now you cannot afford. They come and take your home. They come and take, everything that you have. You just start living a miserable life. So I made that decision, knowing very well that it would have mixed feelings from, people. It would have mixed feelings from, the business community, but I said, we can do business anywhere. So we shifted and went to Woodlands. COVID came. To cut the story short, everything was bundled, everything was stopped, everything was just, and we had to just move into everything into our residence. But that did not stop the innovation, because when COVID came, we had to evolve. We had to say, what is it that we can do? And that's where now the decision to do mindset change, or to organize ourselves to be doing sessions, and we started online. It didn't work. We had to change. First of all, we had to brace and say, okay, come, we teach you how to go online. Because when COVID came, it was like you have to to learn, you have to do something online. And no one taught us. So when you are intentional about something, you will learn it. So we learned the first session, we called Rev Water, and we called one of my lecturers who taught me when I was doing teaching methodology, said we involved them, and they came to start teaching chief executives to know how to go online, because they were used in offices. They've got a PA, they've got this one. So we had to start teaching chief executives to manage, back office, to manage, Zoom. Zoom became the way of life. We had to learn. So it is possible to learn. And, not to jump around, but, during my doctorate research, I first wanted to research on why change is so difficult to happen. But my professor told me, how are you going to measure success of your research? So it was not researchable at that time, but now it actually is researchable. We can research on it. We can because we've had many people go through the program, so we can have results that that are good to show that this thing happened. So instead, I chose to study. My research was the effect of currency fluctuations on SME growth in Zambia, and I did a case study for all the malls that deal with that pay rent linked to US dollar. So my research was so good that actually my thesis won the highest marks in Asia, and Zambia, and all those people that were there. I got the Dean's Award because my research was so good. it was so real that I could say it, anytime. Because, and then they were so, they were actually during my defense, they were like, because I could even speak from my heart. And they said, we've never seen such kind of passion. I said, yes, I have got passion because this is through what I have lived and I want something to change in that area. So these are some of the things that really I know mindset change is possible. You can do things from whatever it is. So that's my story from my heart. And so many people have been shocked because I actually never did politics. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a business person. I am a service person. I was actually one of the, I was the first woman of color to lead a service organization in Lady Seco International. I was elected in Romania, where I became vice president. I became president in Iceland. Then my year was in the Netherlands, where I actually opened the world cheese market to just, it was a great opportunity for me. It's part of the royalties, but they made sure that that was it. And our AGM, my AGM was actually one of the largest. It had 1,090 delegates. And then I ended up in Estonia in 2007. So when I came back, that's when I knew for sure that mindset change was possible, that you can live without nothing. Like here in Zambia, we've got so much. We've got so much that it's so painful to see us being regarded as poor, because Zambia has got so much to offer, so much, we've got everything. And this is why today I'm sharing this story, so that you know that it's not just a matter of wanting to do politics. No, it's a matter of being part of the solution. And this is why this decision came as a shock, even to myself. I said, what am I doing? But I think this is some things which actually just God prepares. God says, you go out. Why are you speaking from your chair? Why can't you speak from where many people can benefit from this? And this is why I am standing as an independent candidate for Member of Parliament for Chilanga South. Some have asked, why politics? Why now? Why leave your comfort zone? My answer is simple. I am tired of seeing capable people remain trapped in poverty. When Zambia has so much potential. I am tired of seeing talented youths without opportunities, hardworking women without support, communities with resources but no organization, people waiting for handouts instead of being empowered for productivity. For years, I have spoken about mindset transformation. For years, I have mentored people through the Free Mentorship Academy. For years, I have facilitated the mindset change process. It's a process that we can really, do and make sure that what it is, we are able to manage it. And the results have been clear. When people change their mindset, they become more organized, more productive, more capable, more accountable. They become happier, citizens. That is why I say confidently, mindset change is possible, no matter how challenging it is. But at the end of the day, it is possible. And why I choose to stand is basically my journey into this decision did not start today. As a member of the Zambia Chamber of Commerce and Industry, I have had opportunities to engage with Parliament and policy discussions. As a productivity ambassador, I have traveled and interacted with ordinary citizens just to find out what it is that they're doing. The other day, you saw me go to a place where a shop didn't want to repair the TV that I bought for them. They referred me to, and I went to that, and it's inside the compound. But I went there and I found a solution. So I have seen potential everywhere. I have seen women trying to survive through small businesses. I have seen youth desperate for opportunities. I have seen families struggling despite being hardworking. The challenge is not that people are useless or people are lazy or people don't know what to do. The challenge is that systems, leadership, mindset, and opportunities are not aligned. I reached a point where I asked myself, can I continue speaking from outside when I have the skill, I have the experience, and mostly passion and courage to participate directly? And the answer was, no. I realized leadership must be more than criticism, because we are all critics, armchair critics. I don't want to be an armchair critic. I want to be part of the solution. Leadership must become contribution. So I want to contribute. That's why I stood, to be part of the solution. I am not in competition or in opposition. I am in opposition with poverty. I am in opposition with poor and negative mindset. I am in opposition with the mindset of consumption, where people just want to receive, to eat today, not for tomorrow. So that is my opposition. I am in opposition with foreign solutions. I have got a local solution which people can use. It's a skill that can be learned. I have the solution. And we always, and I've experienced this, you go to an organization, they give you what they want. You bid, and you are the best, but they pick a foreign institution. This is just not acceptable. So that is what I am opposing to. I am opposing with foreign solutions. When we've got local, we are the people that will save ourselves. No one. The other day I was actually watching a movie, because I am standing. People are sending me information, so I was watching this. They said there's no one who's going to come and save you. There's no one who come and save us. There's no one who's coming to save my community in Chilanga South constituents. There's no one but ourselves. We have to save ourselves. We must save ourselves. And this is why I am standing. Why independent? Many people ask, why independent? Because transformation must not be limited by political structures alone. We have to help those structures from where we are. From where I am, I must be able to help. Not that I belong to this party, I belong to this party. I work with anyone in leadership who is for development, who is looking at the things that people need. I have studied the way parliament, members of parliament work, legislation, all these policy, it's there. So how can I go there if I don't know what the people on the ground want? And this is because I had no time to even think of. I've never thought of politicking in my whole life. All my life I've been thinking of business, of entrepreneurship, of mentorship, of teaching, of just being happy, going places, doing service work. And even in Chilanga, we've got two schools that through my organization, Agora, we've been able to actually put solar system, so that the e-government, the e-governance can start from schools. So we are making a difference from where I'm standing. And this actually said, if we can do this in a small group, why not go out? And when you go there, there are always mountains of challenges that they have. And some of the answers are so simple, just getting organized and being able to actually point out the little thing and say, how can we do this? And for me, I'm an expert in making people do what they have said in the mouth to do. I'm a woman of action. And 2026, it's like a story that we started in January. We named this from our institution that this year, it's a year of action. So I am the leader of that action. I am the go-to person for action. And this is why today it is really, really fantastic for me to share why I am standing as an independent, because transformation must not be limited by political structure alone. I want to remain issue-based. I want, to do things which are people-centered, solution-driven. I want to represent people authentically. I am not entering leadership to distribute promises. I am entering leadership to help organize communities for transformation, starting with an individual. When you actually, when you develop an individual, the place they work for is the beneficiary. The country, the community where they are is the beneficiary. And eventually our economy and the whole country benefits. This is why a true leadership is not about noise. It is about impact. True leadership asks, how do we create productive citizens? How do we create sustainable opportunities? How do we create accountable communities? How do we move from dependency to capability? And, my vision for Chilanga South, my dream is bigger than winning a seat. I was even saying, these last 2 days since the campaign started, I've just been going there to watch and look and ask questions. Yesterday I went to the clinics. The other day I went into just the streets in the compound. We sat for a long period of time, 2 hours by the shop side, just looking at what people were doing. And you'll find that, someone has come with 5 kwacha. They've put food, like sugar in small, like you can count the teaspoons. They've put the mini meal, you can count that this is just maybe for 1 pot of unshima for that day. And so those, for me, I was like, wow, we take a lot of things for granted. We take a lot of things for granted. We take life for granted. And this is why I was telling the people that you want a t-shirt, you want a chitenge. Do you know how many sugars you can buy out of a t-shirt or a chitenge for that day? Because once, probably, and if, with so much going on, maybe, the t-shirt will put you in trouble. Maybe the chitenge will expose you. Why not just be the way you are? Why not just be Zambia? So I'm looking for sponsorship for people to buy, a t-shirt with messages of Zambia's prosperity. Those messages, they're the ones that I want on the t-shirts. I don't want a big face of me on the t-shirt. I want a message that people can relate with. I want a message. I'm designing. I was sitting with my kids there, last night, designing. What do we want in front? What do we want at the back? So I'm just waiting for that word which I was going to say. We are not going to invest. We are going to invest in stories of success. Stories of a Zambia who wants to rise above politics. Stories that we really need. Real stories. Zambia is 62 years old. Zambia is a grandparent. So where are our grandchildren? What are they doing? What are they doing? What can we do to help them? So this is why I want Chilanga South to become a model constituency for Zambia. A constituency where people are empowered, youths are productive, women are supported, communities are organized, skills are utilized. And I know about skills utilization because I run a TVET institution, and I know anyone with a skill can start earning money today. So I want to recognize what skills are in Chilanga South. What are the skills that people have? How can we help them, to actually start from where they are? And, I asked the question, what do you want, what is your main problem here in Chilanga South? And someone says, we want roads. I said, the road, that is not an MP's responsibility, but I will make sure that I collaborate. When I know that it's the road, then I know, when government has put in that these are the roads that are going to be done, I go and lobby for Chilanga to also be there if it's been left out. But what is it that you want? Because, even if it's a school, even if it's a clinic, even if it's, are you going to go to school empty, on an empty stomach? Are people not going to bath before they go to school? So those small things that start from home, those are the ones that I would really want to, to promote. And hence the messages that I would like to make on those t-shirts, on those regalia, whatever we're going to manage to do. I don't have the 4 million to do, or heads of me and all those things. No, I want that money to start working for the community, for people to understand that there's transformation that they need to, to undertake. Transformation of mindset, thinking, if I get 20 kwacha today, what am I going to use it for? Productively. Not you get 20 kwacha, you go and, because the other stuff of it's cheap. So even if they get 5 kwacha, that's what they'll buy. But can we start to change it? Can I buy something? Can I make sure that my tap, can I buy a hose pipe? Can I buy this? Can I make a garden can I go and buy seeds? Seedlings are very cheap. and you've got the soil, you've got the water in front of you. Why not make? And then you are not going to be buying vegetables. So that is the mindset that I want to inculcate in Chilanga South constituency. Because there, I want to demonstrate that when mindset changes, communities transform. And imagine communities where people value time. When you say, okay, 10 minutes, I'm going to bath and I'm going to do this. They value time. What are you going to do in that 1 hour? And this is what it is about. I'm just taking the mindset change process, because this is what I've really wanted, this mindset process to be everywhere. And I didn't have an opportunity because, it means if people are not getting it in the offices, then I'm stuck with it. But now I'll have an opportunity. In fact, those people that are able to donate, able to support, if they can make me have literature, materials to just start welfare, hall of fare, all those places where people drink, where people, we can say just maybe 1 hour, 2 hours, 2 hours that we have. Can we do can we just start to unlearn the things we want? There is a system that we use. Can we identify, what it is that we want to do? Can we identify what we're good at? People just identify what they're good at, whether they've gone to school or not. There is no human being who has been born with nothing in their head. Everyone has got something that they're good at. Everyone has got something that they'd like to change. Everyone knows that they can have an opportunity to save outside there. Everyone knows about how they can be able to infuse or to connect, to collaborate. So when we identify their opportunities, what they want, then we step by step, we start teaching them how to get what they want. And that is, people solve problems together. And I'm saying we can have that initiative where we solve problems together, light each other's light. And my symbol is the light. And when you light, I'm holding the biggest light. And when I light someone's light, mine does not diminish. And it does not. And it will not. It will just make, when you light each other's candles. In fact, I want, if there's anyone who can donate me candles, so we can study, we can pray overnight, we can study, we can make sure that our light is shining without even God's light during the day, and the light will shine on anyone, whether you hate them, whether you want them, whether they are stupid, whether they are good, the light will shine. Whether you are sick, other people are not sick, the light is shining, and everybody is managing whatever it is that they want. So imagine communities where people value time, people take initiative, people solve problems together, people support local businesses, people become accountable. And if you see my flyer is each side, each other's side. So when you look at my flyer, this side there's yes, appeal to vote for me. This side is the reasons why. You must, you have to read there and see the reasons why I want, to go there. I want people to be accountable. I want people to recognize their strengths. I want people to recognize their weaknesses so we can do something about it. Transformation starts from mindset before infrastructure. Because even when opportunity exists, a poor mindset can distract them. But when the mindset is right, opportunities multiply. I have realized that millions of kwacha go into campaign regalia, such as t-shirts, kitenge materials. And when I calculated what it would cost, I estimated close to 4 million. And honestly, I do not have, that kind of money. Even if I had it, I wish I had it, I would spend it on providing value for the campaign. So I'm asking that, I ask myself, what if that same investment was put into transforming lives through the mindset change process? The impact would be massive. That is why we are going to campaign differently, because we are different. I believe any government prospers when it works with citizens who are proactive, patriotic, diligent, productive, and equipped with the right mindset. Zambia has everything. And this is one of the questions that disturbs me deeply. Why is Zambia still struggling when we have so much? We have land, we have minerals, we have water, we have peace. Please, this peace, let's keep it. Let's keep our Zambia peaceful, because this peace, we should not take it for granted. I worked with Uganda High Commission, and I know what peace can do. I was in charge of placing people with the skill into institutions, and like they will run away, fled. They've just fled with their certificates, with their minds, which is skilled. And this, for me, it was a very, very big lesson. It was a big lesson that really it's what we want people to interact in. And when we interact in there, in that correct mindset, we are going to have, we are going to guard our peaceful nature of our people. We have talented people. So what is missing? It is simply mindset, productivity, discipline, consistency, accountability. Many countries developed not because they had more resources than us. They developed because they organized themselves better. That is why the mindset process matters. It helps people to identify what must change, opportunities, what opportunities do exist in the areas. What actions are necessary? What habits must stop? Some habits must stop, and we have to recognize those. What productivity looks like daily. What is it daily? You're organizing, you're looking at things. Transformation is not magic, it is intentional. And leadership through action, that I'm telling you, I declare 2026, I talked about this before, that makes me a woman of action. I believe leadership must be visible through service, through participation, through solutions. I did not stand because politics is easy. And I have really discovered it's not even easy. It's for the tough. For me, I'm just using my skill, what I believe in, to speak to the people that, yes, this is who I am. If you want to be with me, this is what I expect, and this is what it is. I stood because remaining silent was no longer acceptable. One quote that touched me deeply says, and I was reading this from the many messages that I'm getting, one of the penalties for refusing to participate in politics that you end up being governed by your inferiors. And I've seen this. I'm a trainer, so I've seen, people who are standing, people who are, but some, even if they can't speak English, we cannot say they don't know things. Maybe they are big, maybe they're the people they depend on in the, like I saw one of the people, I think that was from Mansa, where people cannot read. Maybe they did a long time, they've never actually read anything, they've just been doing business, they're doing things and what. It's only here in Zambia where language becomes a barrier. But it shouldn't. If people are capable, those are not the inferiors that I'm talking about, but those ones who are armchair critics, they confuse things, they just want to beg. Those are, and some of those, they go in. And if you don't participate, they will be your superiors. That statement changed me. I realized good people must participate. Good people must contribute. Good people must stand up. And as I conclude, this morning, my message today is very simple. Do not underestimate your ability to contribute to change. And this is very important. Communities transform when ordinary people decide to become part of the solution. I believe Chilanga South can become an example for Zambia. I believe Zambia can become an example for Africa. I believe mindset change is possible. But transformation starts when we move from complaining to contributing, from excuses to action. Let us rise together. Let us organize together. Let us transform together, because together our light will shine brighter. And this is why it is so important, for us, to make things happen from wherever we are. Everyone is a leader at their own level, and everyone has got capacity to contribute something to the bigger world. Everyone is holding a light. Everyone is holding that light, and everyone is I've actually overshot, because many people know that I actually are on this platform from 8 to 8:30. If they're calling me, it means they don't know my programs. Yes, so this is what it is. I wish you all the very best. Chilanga South, I'm here to be a contributor to your wealth creation, because we don't want to say, poverty. We must be opposition to poverty, opposition to consumption, opposition to negative mindset, and together we will rise and save the people. I thank you so much for joining me this morning, and see you on the ground. I'm coming there today to just see how we are doing. And I think today we are in Mount Makuro, and we'll end up in Kalundu. So thank you so much for seeing this today.